9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.
Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns on the quick on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's going on, y'all? I'm so out of sorts right now, it's not even funny. What's going on, man? Another Eagles win with you. We had to fight for that one, but we got it done. What's good with you? Late night with Coach. Normally I go a little bit later at 10:30, but let me tell you something, man. I don't know what happened, what I did. My fall allergies kicked in today, boy, and they was giving me a thorough ass whooping today. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Had my little grand over. I don't know if y'all see my little halftime report. Had my little man with me, my little great grandson with me, Roman. So he was on with me today till he got a little feisty, but that was fun doing that. So yeah, that was fun. It was a good game. Little bit worried. I ain't gonna lie. Me, like a whole bunch of other people, was a lot of worried a little bit. I know that's kind of contradictory, but yeah, it looked a little wishy-washy for a minute. And I stand by what I said during the game. You know, our biggest issue right now is not Jalen Hurts, it's not AJ Brown, and it's not the defense. Our biggest issue right now is our offensive line. Point period. End of paragraph. When the line finally came together in the second half and they started giving Jalen a little bit of time, that's when he started doing some things. We all know that Jalen Hurts throws the best deep ball in the game. You can't argue that. So now you look at what he did today. Perfect QBR rating. Another game where he had less than 5 incomplete passes. Perfect QBR. He had 5 incomplete passes, y'all. 19 for 23, 4 incomplete passes, excuse me. 326 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked 3 times. But picking them apart, 158.3 QB rating, which is perfect. And he got the job done. Now, this week showed when, regardless of what's going on, when you take advantage of the opportunities you get, good things happen. Jalen Hunt gets his hands on the ball, comes down with the pick 6, defense scores. Opportunity. Shout out to Nakobe Dean. Andrew Makuba gets the pick, got his hands on the ball, taking advantage of that opportunity. Now, he missed the tackle later on in the game. He got shook a little bit, but hey, the other guys on the other team get paid too. But for the most part, in this game, we took advantage of the opportunities we had. We had a dagger, number 2. That was the same play that Devontae took off on in the Super Bowl. Same play, same pass, same results. And apparently, from all the reports I'm seeing, Devontae was letting them know at halftime, like, hey, this is open. This is open. So it's amazing what happens, man. But Chris Bruce says WIP and the national media still going to say that Jalen did throw it 30 times. Jalen is him. I agree with you, bro. Dave Money, what up? What's good with you, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. What's up, Carlos? What's up, Carlos? I know you was going through the ups and downs of emotions like I was. Addison had a game today. Absolutely. Addison had a game today. Yep. We worried about Justin Jefferson, and I was guilty of that too. I thought today, me and Tone was talking on our show today. My bold prediction was that what you call it? My bold prediction was our defense was going to hold Justin Jefferson to less than 50 yards receiving. Now, that didn't happen, but we still got it done. We still got it done. So what's up, Alex? What's good with you? We took care of business today. We took care of business today. You know, and it was a team win, and we had to get that offensive line together. Now we done lost Cam Jurgens, so that's another issue. That we got to shore up. Who's the backup? Who are we moving? Is Brett Toth going to center? Is that something that we got to worry about? That's the real deal. That's a real deal that we got to worry about, and we got to tell you what, man. These injuries are killer. These injuries are killer. Excuse my sniffing and snotting, but like I said, my allergies kicked in today, and I am losing this battle. So might be a couple of cold showers and some couple trips to the local farmers market to get some good stuff. I got my Zyrtec on the way, so we'll get it done. What's up, Candy McDaniel? What's good is we got that dub. We got that dub. Now, the other big news is now all the reports are coming, talking about Brandon Graham is seriously thinking about coming back. I think it's going to happen. I think he's coming back. Because if he wasn't, why would there be all of these reports? Where did that come from? You don't start those reports. That leak had to come from somewhere. So, and my estimation is that type of thing does not start if somebody's just thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? And it would be too easy to call in a radio show, put out a tweet, and just kill it. Because I'm sure he's hearing about it. Because it's too easy to kill that rumor. It's too easy. He gonna be on I'm assuming he's gonna be on Good Morning Football tomorrow morning. Maybe he'll make the announcement there. But it's too much noise for nothing. You don't make all of that noise for nothing. Let me say it like that. So excuse me. So we'll see what BG gonna do. So we got to get through this last week. We got the Giants. We can get some payback on them. And then make our way to the bye week. We need that bye week, man. We need that bye week in the worst way. So we'll see how we play against the Giants when the Giants come down here. Now, we know what we're up against. We know Jackson Dart's a pretty good quarterback. We know he can scramble. We know he can get out of the pocket. And we got to come up with a game plan, and we got to be better against the Giants because we ain't losing to the damn Giants at home. F that. Forget all of that noise, man. Anthony Jett, what's good with you? Appreciate you, man. Alfredo in the building. I appreciate you. The disease, did he come back? I don't know. I have to check the stats. I haven't checked the stats yet. You know, you can go to NFL.com and look at the stats for the game, but you can get the official printout, the official stat sheet for the game. It'll lay out every play, down and distance. It's the official like stat sheet for the game, the NFL version of it. So it'll tell you who went out, who got injured. It gives you all of the information. This is the thing that you ever seen somebody in when they do their reports in the stadium and stuff like that, and they holding look like a stapled sheet. They give out they print out and they hand out the stat sheets to all the journalists. So they have all the official records. What's up, Nina? How you doing? Hamstring? Ojulari, that was a hamstring? Yep. I saw that. Funny thing about, I was so happy that Quinyon made it through this game because hamstrings, ankles, you can be good for the whole game, and all it takes is one play, and then you right back to square one. So I was so thankful that Quinyon got through the game clean. Saquon, I saw Saquon. I knew he tweaked that knee when he did that spin move. He did all of that spin moving and got 2 yards. He did all of that just so he wouldn't get tackled at the line of scrimmage, man. Our run blocking is god awful right now, and we got to get better at it. We can't run outside. I've been bitching about them running outside. They pitched him outside 3 or 4 times a day, and we still got down. Well, I take that back because one play he got like 5 yards or whatever. Yeah, we just got to keep at it and do it out of the right formations. We are not losers no more. I think Cam Jurgens hurt his back again. I don't know if it was back or his knee, but I think it was his back again. I could be wrong. But in any case, he didn't come back in. So, and that's expensive. That's expensive. So we'll see. He got checked for a concussion. Really? I thought he tweaked his knee. So, are the Eagles back in the Super Bowl? Way too early. Way too early. Here's my logic. And I always say this. Hey, Tiff. Always say this. From my experience being a ex-player, how we look at it. The only thing you concentrating on is week to week. Now, if you want to expand it just a little bit, because at this point in the year, nobody's thinking about a Super Bowl. Nobody. Nobody's thinking about that. You had that boy down, that dude up in Green Bay that made the fatal mistake of talking about Green Bay going undefeated. And I was like, man, you don't mention that word. And look what happened. They got busted in the mouth the next week. Every game is a season. So the only thing you can do is look game to game. And the Eagles are not a team that's dominating. We got too many injuries. We got a neophyte play caller at offensive coordinator. We got some things that we got to grow into. So every game is a season. You don't think Super Bowl right now. You can't do that. What you do is you thinking about getting to the bye. And then once you get past the bye, you take a look at your record. Then you take a look at your injury report and say, okay, how do we get to the playoffs? You got to win your division, and then you make it to the playoffs. Once you get to the playoffs, everybody's slate is wiped clean. Everybody's slate is wiped clean. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see the Vikings again. This is just one game, and anything can happen. Everybody's one play away. So Vikings are a good team. They took us to the nth with Carson Wentz. And let's not forget, that's a one-possession game. And Carson Wentz threw 2 picks. So what happens if he doesn't throw them picks? We might be looking at a whole different situation. This conversation might be totally different. But we capitalized on the mistakes. We made less mistakes than they did, and we capitalized on more mistakes than they did. So that's how that goes. What's up, K-Sap? Let one get away. That's what I'm expecting, because when we lost to the Giants, we said the same thing. When we lost to the Broncos, we said the same thing, bro. I don't get mad at that at all. That's the way it go. So Vikings still got a good team. Justin Jefferson put it down. Addison put it down. Eventually, you're going to get your young quarterback, but who knows? Maybe they'll stick with Carson Wentz if he can stop turning the damn ball over. But you got a formidable team, and you're going to have some things that happen. You're going to have some things that happen. So, but it's early, man. because all of this could change at the drop of a dime. Look at prime example. Look at Washington right now. Look at Washington. They had that good start. You got a young, dynamic quarterback. He's the next thing in the division. He gets hurt, pulls a hamstring. He's out again. He's already been out. He already missed, 3-4 games already? And now he's out with a hamstring, and you don't know how significant this injury is. Every team is one play away. There is not one team in the NFL right now who I would consider dominant. It ain't the Vikings. It ain't the Eagles. It ain't the Cowboys. It ain't the let me see. What's the score with San Francisco and Atlanta? It definitely ain't Atlanta. It's not Tampa Bay. It's not Detroit. It's not the Rams. It's not the Chargers. It's not Jacksonville. It's damn sure not Chicago. So who's the dominant team? Who's the alpha in the NFL right now? There isn't one. Parity is at an all-time high. It's anybody's game. It's anybody's game right now. So I know I keep bringing up the Vikings because my man K-Sap is in the building, but the Vikings got just as much chance to get to the playoffs and get to the bowl as the Eagles do. Because the Eagles, we not world breakers right now. Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. What's up, 24 Birds? Yo, K-Sap, check this out. Check this out, dude. This is something new, K-Sap. This is something new. Hold on. This is something new. What's up with the run game? How many rushing attempts did Jalen have? Saquon still ain't got close to 100 in the game. And you know what? It might be a while before Saquon gets it. It might be a while. Let me see. Where did my stats go? I think Saquon had 49 yards, I think. Saquon Barkley, 18 carries, 44 rushing yards. 18 carries, 44. His longest was 9 yards. The problem is our offensive line. It's not Saquon. It's not Saquon. The problem is our offensive line. Saquon can't just run through the whole defensive line by himself. That's the problem he had in New York. The offensive line right now is trash. We are in tatters. Our offensive line is being held together by basket tape and bubble gum right now. And now you got your starting center that's out. Your left guard is moving to center, and he's suspect at best. So who's going? Does Tyler Steen go to left guard? Then who backs him? Like, we got issues right now with depth. We talking about Brandon Graham coming back. Why would Brandon Graham want to come out of retirement? Because of depth. We need depth at edge. Ojulari gets hurt. That's another person out. Ojomo got a concussion, I think it was. I'm not sure if he even came back in the game. So we are getting devastated with injuries. And I know the cliche is next man up, right? That's the cliche, next man up. But what happens when your next man up is just a guy? We got all of that hype for the guy. We drafted Ty Robinson from Nebraska. Ain't heard much from him. Because it's a big difference between you being somebody where the opposition has to take notice. When Jalen Carter came in the league, immediately everybody took notice. He was that good. But when the backup comes in, does he require the same type of attention? A lot of times, no, he doesn't. What's up, bro, Claude? Appreciate you. 24 Birds, appreciate the love with the $4.99 super chat, brother. Yeah, I like the way I knew they was going to use that with Nakobe Dean and putting Jihad on the edge. It's like we got to do it. I would love to see Vic Fangio use Jihad Campbell like Micah Parsons, moving up and down the line of scrimmage. You see Myles Garrett do the same thing. Sometimes he's at nose, sometimes he's at edge, sometimes he's at tackle. Just move him everywhere on the line of scrimmage so nobody knows what he's about to do. I don't know if Vic Fangio is loose enough to do that. I know Vic Fangio is a very kind of, I don't want to say a stickler, but he's kind of a stickler. He's got his way of doing it, and it works. So why should he change? So I would like to see that for Jahad Campbell, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to happen. We'll see. But right now, let's just get to the bye week. Let's handle business at home against New York, and let's get to the bye week, man. That's what we got to do. Washington messed up your ticket. Yeah. Listen, I had Miami winning. I had Miami beating Cleveland. That got jacked up. My picks are not good. Tone might catch me. Yeah, you're right. Parody Goodell is drooling. You are absolutely right. They don't know. Although, they know where the bread is buttered. They know Kansas City. They know Dallas. They know the teams that have the biggest fan base and that will travel well and get the viewership up. That's what they're looking for. Why do you think they be giving Kansas City so much with the calls and all that kind of stuff? Why you think you always see Dallas? That brings in the biggest ratings. So it's still about money. Don't ever get that twisted. So I appreciate it, K-Sal. I got some other ones too. That was the first one I did, and I'm gonna have different ones for if somebody gives a $10 super chat. That's gonna be a sensational super chat. If somebody gives a $20 super chat, that's gonna be a mega chat. So I'm building it up, bro. Building it up. Trying to do it differently. Dude, I'm trying to read your name. At differently able dat TV 2796. Good Lord. Graham is in play for a possible comeback. There is interest with the Eagles and BG in returning to help the team. There has been talks for weeks. There are family considerations. Listen, I said it earlier. You must have missed it. Brandon Graham is going to come back. You do not have all of this noise if it's not going to happen. That's just my opinion. Brandon Graham is coming back. My guess is what would make sense would be after the break. After the break, we got New York, and then we get a bye week. So that gives them an extra week to, if what's going to happen is going to happen, that gives them 2 weeks to get it together. Is he in game shape? I don't know. I know Jason Kelsey just did a thing on his, I think it's on his podcast or something, where basically it was like, can Jason Kelsey still do a NFL type workout? And it was him basically doing the stuff that he used to do when he was playing. And I'm sure he wasn't as good as he was, but he was good enough. Let me say it like that. So I don't know what Brandon Graham's, I don't know if he's in game shape. Let me say it like that. Do I think he can play? Absolutely. Do I think he still has gas in the tank? Absolutely. You're talking about a guy like that on a pitch count. You're talking about a guy that got hurt, sat out a whole year, came back, and paid dividends. So if anybody can do it, he can do it. Now, getting yourself in game shape is a whole different conversation. Because what you do in practice and what you do in the game is two different levels. And it's hard to explain it if you ain't never been there. When you get in that game on that field, it everything gets ratcheted up. Everything goes up a notch. Shit, we might see Jason Kelsey come out because we need a center. Shit. Dag on. Tiffany, I don't blame them for asking a question. What's the worst he gonna say? No. But apparently he didn't. So BG can say, no, I'm retired. I'm home with the kids. He can say that. And he has every right to say that. Are we going to see BG on Good Morning Football tomorrow? Is that when he'll make his announcement? Because they're going to talk about it. You can't have a story like that sitting in your lap and you don't address it. you lose all credibility. So even from that standpoint, that makes sense. Because now it's out in the ethos now. It's now it's in the internets. It's out on these internet streets. So Good Morning Football, they are going to talk about it. They at least have to address it. And if they address it, then you probably going to find out what it is. If they don't address it, that means you're going to find out what it is, because you can't have a story like that in your back pocket and you don't even say nothing. That's basically admitting the guilt. So either you is or you ain't. So I would imagine we're going to hear something either tomorrow or sometime early during the week, or sometime during the week. I don't know if it's going early. I don't know. Who knows? But at this point, like I said, you don't put out all this noise for nothing. You just don't do it. So I thought it was fake news too, Tiff. So I don't know, man. Listen, it is very. Let me be honest with you. It's and I'll speak from my experience when I walked away from the game. And I was lucky enough. I walked away from the game. The game didn't spit me out. And what I mean by that is that was my choice. I remember having a long conversation with my wife, and she was like, if you want to go back and play again, I'll support you. Get it out of your system. Be done with it. Because I just got done with playing in Canada, and that didn't that didn't end well, and that was left a very nasty taste in my mouth. And as a matter of fact, I was about to sign to go play in the XFL. Remember when Vince McMahon did the XFL? I was going to play that year in the XFL. I don't know if I was going to play, but I had submitted. I had put in my application, and I probably would have got picked up because I'm just coming from the CFL. I'm just coming from the World League, all of that type of stuff. But I was at a point where it wasn't fun anymore. And for me, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, it's time to get out. And so I walked away. The game didn't spit me out. I wasn't injured. When I say spit you out, that's what I mean. When you injured and you can't play no more, you suffer a catastrophic knee, or you break a bone or something like that. That didn't happen to me. I've never broken anything. I've never, tore a knee. I've never tore an ACL, anything like that. I've never torn anything in my life. As long as I've been playing sports, I am very lucky in that regard. So it is a very interesting thing that you go through, that athletes go through, when you decide to walk away, because you always second guess yourself. You always think you can still play. Whenever you see somebody playing, you always measure what they're doing to what you did. And then eventually that voice in your head says, man, I could do that better than they can. And that's how it starts. And then you multiply that by being Brandon Graham, 2-time Super Bowl champion, playmaker. So that's how Brandon Graham can come out of retirement. It is a task. It is a effort to play football all your life and stop. It is a effort. It is a mental. Why you think so many players go to shrinks, talk to people? Because that is something in your brain. That is something that is wired. And all of a sudden it stops. And what do you do now? That is a very real thing that we go through. And you got to go through it. There are some athletes that get depressed. We have a ton of athletes that deal with suicide and things of that nature, mental health issues. Y'all know the whole situation with AJ Brown. He spoke on it himself. It is a real thing, especially when guys stop. Because it is a task to figure out what to do next. Whether you went to college, graduated, all of that type of stuff. I remember telling myself, all right, I don't want to do this no more. Time to beat the pavement. I graduated on time, trying to start using my degree. But even when you start using your degree and do what you went to school to do, you still got that in the back of your head because you still going to the gym, you still working out, people still see you and asking questions, all of that type of stuff. So it is what it is, man. So, but I'm saying all that to say that's how Brandon Grant can come out of retirement. It's that simple. Do you have gas in your tank, and do you feel like starting that car? So, it ain't no joke, man. 24 birds, you killing me with the super chats, man. I appreciate that. Another $4.99 super chat. What we got? We got some play action for under center today. It might have brought some success to the passing game. True enough, but from my perspective, our play action was suspect at best. I am going to do some film study this week, and I am concentrating specifically on the offensive line. And the goal is I want to look at the snap of the ball and 3 seconds after the ball is snapped. Where's the defense at? Is the defense in the backfield? Or are we pushing them back? Is the offense going forward? Because our offensive line is hurt and we are not playing well, and our tight ends are not the best at blocking still. So that is the purpose of my film study this week, because if we ever get this offensive line back to where it needs to be, I do believe we will be unstoppable. I do believe the Eagles will be that dominant team in the NFC and possibly the NFL. But that is a big if, and that is a big task to complete. So we'll see. It's hard to get healthy during the season. Very difficult. Well, thank you again for the super chat, bro. Keely Ringo cut his dreads thinking it was going to make him better. Yeah. Brandon Graham really might come out of retirement to play for the Eagles. Yep. Looks like it. Offensive line is more of an issue than offensive coordinator. Absolutely. Absolutely. I talked a little bit last week. Kevin Patullo, predictability is not necessarily a problem. I know what Baldy said. Baldy was a teammate of mine. I trust Baldy because Baldy is one of the guys that I know watches a lot of film. So I trust what Baldy says. I have supreme trust in Baldy, his analysis. There's 3 people that I watch that I want to learn from. Baldy, Greg Cosell, Barrett Brooks. If they're breaking down film, I'm watching. I know Baldy knows this stuff. Baldy was one of my vets when I was a rook with the Eagles. I know Baldy knows this stuff. But everybody jumped on that predictability clip he did, and everybody just regurgitated the same thing. He's not wrong. However, I don't care how predictable you are. If you are a good team and you are playing well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If I can have my grandson calling plays. If I got a good team, they're going to execute them plays and it's going to be a success. Predictability doesn't matter. I watched Seth too. Seth was my defensive captain. So Seth was one of my teammates as well. I'm trying to get Seth on my show, man. But Seth doesn't watch as much tape as like Greg Cosell and Baldy does. I know Seth watches a lot of tape, but Seth used to do a thing last year where he used to get on the whiteboard and draw what he saw. I don't know if he still does that. But hey, when Seth breaks down film, I'm watching. But I know what Baldy does, what Cosell does, and the level that they go, how deep they go with it. If you want to learn something, watch them. If you want to learn something about quarterbacks, watch JT O'Sullivan in the quarterback school. They know what they talk about. So, Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts gives credit to the offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo, for a great call on the long touchdown pass to Devontae Smith. Yeah. Kevin Patullo was he's taking his lumps. Kevin Patullo was the low-hanging fruit because he's a neophyte. His first year as an offensive coordinator. So he gonna take the hits that he don't know what he's doing. If you remember, when Kellen Moore was here, we said the same thing about him. When John Gannon was here, we said the same thing about him in the beginning. Remember, we was mad at him because they kept dropping Hassan Reddick back in coverage. They did that for 4 weeks before they left him on the edge, and then he started doing what he was doing. Let the man do what he does best. So this ain't anything new. This is all coordinators go through this. They go through this. They got to take their lumps. You got to learn at some point in time. So, it is what it is. Oh, he still does that? Seth still does that on his Tuesday stream? I'm about to check it out. I know I saw him do that last year, but I hadn't seen him do that lately. Yeah, Jalen Hunt looked good in coverage. Yep. Also, Jahad was on coverage a couple times, but man, listen, Jahad is fast and can run with anybody. But when you got to run against a tight end or a fullback or something like that, you can run, but you can't cover. Covering the receiver is a different skill set. If Atlanta win, what's the score? It's 13-10. San Francisco up. They're in the fourth quarter, so a lot of football to play, but they got a shot. Yeah, Carson Wentz did look bad throwing bad interceptions. That ain't no joke. Hey, what's going on? Jaquita Nicole Weekly. Yeah, I like what they're doing with Jahad. I want to see more of it. Jahad is not going to do anything but get better. So once that kid realizes how good he actually is, well, folks going to have a problem. Because do you realize we got Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Jahad Campbell, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, all on the same defense. Andrew Makuba. Now, Andrew Makuba, he got toasted a couple times a night, but he came back strong. He made plays when he had to make plays. So that's going to happen. That's going to happen, man. So, the regression by Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, only 9 months removed from winning Super Bowls, further proof. Yeah. It is. I think people take it for granted. And also, I think let's be real, I think it's a little bit of Philly bias because ain't nobody talking about Josh Allen and the problems he's having. Was anybody talking about Patrick Mahomes when he was struggling early in the season? He was winning games with 130 yards passing and all that kind of stuff. They wasn't throwing for 300 and 400 yards. They was struggling and lost a couple games, but nobody wanted to throw them out. Nobody wanted to kick them to the curb. But Justin Herbert throws picks. Matt Stafford came in here and we beat him. So everybody goes through their stuff. If you a starting quarterback in this league, you gonna catch it. You gonna catch strays. So Barrett Brooks does it on his show sometimes. He did it a lot last year. I haven't seen him do it as much this year. I got to get Big B back on the show too. I disagree. I think we need a corner more than we need an edge because teams know to attack Keely Ringo if he's in the game. That happened again today. So yeah, I think Makuba's fine, Tiff. I think Makuba just he got. It's the best way to say it. He got. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, they ain't scrubs. So he won some and he lost some. That's the way it go. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who Jermaine Johnson or Chubb, top two choices to trade for. What are they willing? What are you willing to give up for them though? When anybody talks about a trade, you just think, just trade this guy. Just trade. We should go get this guy. Okay. What are you willing to give up? What you think? You think teams want to give up a player for nothing? It's quid pro quo. You got to give to get. So when we talking about these trades, bringing somebody in, and you know, what's the guy from Cleveland? We everybody talking about Denzel. Is it Denzel Ward? What are you willing to give up? If you're trying to bring a quality cornerback in here, do you think they're gonna want to take Keely Ringo? Which means how are we gonna have to sweeten the pot? Third round pick, second round pick? What are you willing to give up to get somebody in the house? That is a very powerful question. And if you're not willing to pay the price, you don't make the deal. We're gonna have to deal with what we got. Adoree Jackson was looking fairly decent today. Then he got the concussion, so now he's out and probably won't be back till after the bye week. Concussion protocol. Brian, let's say he does, but once again, the question is this: if Howie trades for Denzel Ward, what are we giving up to get him? That's what I want to know. What are we giving up to get him? Because you might not like the answer. You might not like the answer. Yeah. You would think, but you got to get somebody. Sometimes you just need to change the scenery, man. Sometimes you just need to change the scenery. Who knows? Look at prime example is look at Mekhi Becton last year. He was labeled as a bust with the Jets. He comes down here to Philly, goes through Stoutland University, goes from tackle to guard, and is phenomenal. How do you do that? What weren't they teaching him up there? Why did he get it up there, but all of a sudden he's an all-pro down here? It's funny how those things happen. A second and fourth for Ward, okay. Assuming that's what they want for him. But okay. Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff is playing pretty well. Where's Bryce Huff at? Where's Bryce Huff at right now? Or did he get hurt? I don't know. Saquon returned to the game after about okay. That's right. He was okay. Yeah, he did. He did. Who was this? Algier. Somebody got hurt for Atlanta. Yeah, I mean Denzel Ward. I would love to have Denzel Ward. I just don't know if I don't know what they want in return. That's always the question. Okay, he in San Fran, so he playing now. Yep. Becton turned his season around last year. Unfortunately, he's hurt now, but he got his payday. He earned himself some money last year. Saquon gonna play next week. I want Saquon to have a good game next week, but it all depends on what we doing on offensive line. I keep saying it. And listen, I'm a running back. So I know what it means to have a good or a bad offensive line. You can't do nothing on your own. Barry Sanders couldn't even do some of the stuff on his own. Sometimes he did, but a highlight don't show the whole game. A highlight may show you 5 or 6 plays from 5 or 6 different games. But if anybody's old enough to have watched Barry Sanders actually play, a lot of times Barry Sanders wouldn't do anything, and all of a sudden he would have this incredible play, and then that was it. Because Detroit was just, they couldn't get nothing done. So we'll see. Oh, he got his 4th sack tonight. Good for him. Good for him. He showed promise. He showed flashes here in Philly, and then he got hurt. And then once he got hurt, he was never the same. Oh, he need to play well so we can get the 4th round pick. I got you. If he plays well enough, the draft, the trade prospect goes up, gets better for us. I got you. So, nah, Chris, I'm not gonna drop the link tonight, bro, because I got I'm gonna do a hard hour and I'm gonna get out of here, man, because I ain't feeling great. My allergies is kicking my butt. Can't wait till I get my medicine tomorrow. Order me some Zyrtec from Amazon. So I'm gonna keep it tight and be up out of here, bro. We'll go live tomorrow though. My normal time, I decided to go a little bit half hour early tonight because I didn't want to be up till like super late because I gotta hop in the shower and I gotta try to get my body together because these when I get allergies, man, I don't feel bad. I don't have a headache or nothing like that. It's just all right here. I got nothing all night. That's what it's gonna be like. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep it tight tonight, man. I'll drop the link tomorrow, and we'll have some conversations tomorrow. So, what's up, Tone? My guy Tone is in there. If y'all never seen me and Tone, Bald Eagles podcast, check us out. 10 o'clock game day. 10 o'clock if the game is at 1. If the game is at 4 or later, or anytime after 1 or 1:30, we go at 11. So, but we are usually every Tuesday and every Sunday. Bald Eagles podcast. My guy Tone, the Shields the second from Chalk It Up Sports. Yeah, ain't it crazy, Tone, that the guy that can't throw gets the perfect QBR? So, yeah, appreciate that, Brian. Yeah, them allergies, bro. Oof. Not fun. Not fun. Yeah, Jurgens injured his knee, and it's like, oh, I hope he's all right. But at this point, it's like even if the MRI comes out negative, he's still gonna be off his feet for at least a week. Once again, I doubt he'll play next week against the Giants to give him 2 weeks off so he gets that bye. So, yeah, that'll be a lot of news. I think tomorrow the news cycle is going to be Cam Jurgens' injury and whatever Brandon Graham's going to do. So, and you guys heard me early. If you late, Brandon Graham's going to come out of retirement. That's what I think is going to happen. Too much noise for it to be, I'm thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? What would happen if Brandon Graham had a press conference like, you know what? I'm not doing nothing. I don't know where this started from. And I don't think that's gonna happen though. I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, Ja'Cory Bennett's supposed to come back too. Yes. You are correct. You know what? I was trying to find out what happened with Ajomo. I haven't heard anything. If anybody knows what the deal was with Ajomo, in the chat, put it in the chat. It's still 13-10 San Francisco. 49ers got the ball, and it looks like Brock Purdy might have a problem getting his job back. So yeah, Ringo popped him hard, man. Ringo be injuring our own players. I would agree with that. Definitely would agree with that. Jacorian Bennett is clearly better than Ringo and Adoree Jackson. Absolutely. Milt Williams is earning his money in New England. I ain't mad at him. Cash that check, bro. Cash that check. Matt Jones, he dropping back, checks down. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see how happy Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio is this week. Let's see if we are any better. I didn't see any news on the Jomo either, Tiff. I was looking. I didn't see anything. But if they're doing X-rays and MRIs and things of that nature, they're probably not going to do it tonight. It'll happen tomorrow morning. Or because you got tomorrow morning and then you got Tuesday, which is the NFL day off. And a lot of times that's when they make their trips and trips to the hospital, MRIs, X-rays, things like that. So, appreciate that, Mortis. Appreciate that, bro. I'll be sounding like Barry White for a couple of days, but other than that, I'm good. I'm good. That's how I know it's allergies, because I don't feel bad. I got the sniffing and the sneezing. As soon as I stop talking, I'm gonna have another sneezing fit. So I'm gonna do something I really don't want to do tonight. Is I'm gonna get in the shower and I'm gonna hit a cold shower. Thought about getting me a cold tub, but I was like, I ain't gonna do that shit. I do it one time and then I wouldn't do it again. But I've done a cold shower before, and that it works. It works. I don't know what that. I've read about it, but I couldn't tell you about it. When your body gets cold shocked, the body does different things. The body releases different toxins. Some of that stuff can help with your whatever's ailing you. So I have done that before, and it worked. It worked. The question is, do I feel like taking a cold shower before I go to bed tonight? No, I don't. So, but I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. I'll be all right. This ain't nothing new for me. Just been dealing with this my whole life. Tank Bigsby is a good running back, Chris. Tank Bigsby is a good running back. He just sucks as a returner. I wouldn't mind seeing Bigsby get more run than Shipley. Let me be honest with you, but we'll see how that works out. Yeah, usually what I do is I take a nice hot shower, and then at the end of the shower, I'll turn it cold. So, Mac Jones taking off on him. Boy, we get your ass down before you get your head blowed off. Possibly. I thought about that too, because they kept trotting Adoree Jackson out there, him and Keely Ringo, and it just never got any better. Yeah, it comes back to the same thing, Rock. Why don't we use a two-headed running attack like most teams? We have plenty of backs, and Saquon is getting banged up. I agree, but at the end of the day, you can't run where ain't no holes. So we got to get our center and our left guard together, man. We just do. So I don't know if Shipley's hurt, Tiff. I don't know. Good question. I don't know. I didn't hear anything. Maybe they just didn't use him this game. Stuff like that happens all the time. Yeah, I don't necessarily buy that either. I don't buy that either. Hurts for MVP. Yeah, I ain't quite there yet. I love Jalen Hurts, but let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. I need some more consistency. You know what? Jalen Hurts is not going to get the respect he deserves until he has a year where he throws for 4,000 yards. That's what I believe. Jalen has to hit 4K before people will respect him as a top level quarterback. So, yeah, throwing to AJ and Smitty. Yeah. Devontae Smith, 9 receptions, 183 yards. Are you kidding me? 183 yards. AJ Brown, 4 catches, 121 yards. 2 touchdowns. We got 2 of the best receivers in the league, man. Throwing the ball. Throwing the ball. Yeah. Last 3 games. Last 3 games with this predictable offense, Jalen Hurts has had the best passing games in his career. So, like, which way do you want it? Is the offense predictable, or maybe we got playmakers making plays? Because if for Jalen to have thrown the ball for 800 yards in 3 games, the offensive coordinator is partially responsible for that, whether you agree with that or not. You can't deny that. Kevin Patullo's got a hand in that. So I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's his passing acumen. I think it's his ability to throw the ball with consistency down the field. That's what people want. Even though all of the other people with the golden arm, when it comes to the playoffs, they sitting at home or they in Cancun. They watching the playoffs. 45,000 yards watched the playoffs last year. Watched us win the Super Bowl. So all of the quarterbacks, the 6'4", 6'5" guys with the golden arms that can throw the ball a country mile, all them dudes was at home. They was on the beach watching the Super Bowl on their phone. Long ball is overrated. You throw a short or a mid-range pass, get the ball to your playmakers, let them make plays. That's how you win. Any team is predictable. Once again, everybody goes with what they saw on YouTube or social media, and everybody just regurgitates the same stuff. How come it wasn't predictable when we ran that same play against the Rams and then against the Broncos, except we completed it? Nobody cared that it was predictable. It doesn't matter. You just got to execute whatever you get. You know why I wasn't predictable against the Rams? Because he threw the ball to A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown made the damn catch. That's why we wasn't worried about predictability. Uh-oh, what happened? Christian McCaffrey, CMC, run CMC, scored again. 19-20, or 19-10, I'm sorry. In my opinion, Brian Johnson was not that horrible. Brian Johnson was not that bad, in my opinion. Neither was Sean Desai. Neither was Sean Desai. Exactly. Exactly. The one thing I love about that is that in 17 in that Super Bowl, we took Tom Brady's best shot. I mean, we took his best shot. He threw for 505 that game, I believe. We took his best shot, and he still came up short. Long ball is overrated. Long ball is overrated. Yep, top 10 defense. I don't know why they flipped on Brian Johnson. I don't know why they flipped on him. I don't know what they were looking for. And I think he was handcuffed by what Sirianni wanted to do. So, but whatever they do next year, if they keep Patullo, if they get rid of him, bring somebody on the outside in. Don't bring another. Don't come up through the ranks. We need somebody that, bring somebody from the outside looking in that can get it done. Yeah, Brian Johnson was the scapegoat. I agree. I agree. Sean Desai. I don't know what it was, Sean Desai, and why the hell they would want to bring in Matt Patricia. That didn't make sense to me. Didn't make sense at all. So, who knows? Who knows? But listen, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm gonna get me a hot shower, and I'm gonna shut it down because I gotta go to work tomorrow. Got stuff to do. So I appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Alex, Bo Givens, Eric R467, Tiffany, as usual. Darth Panda, that says Alex. Rock Mikey, Muskegee, Chris Bruce. Everybody in the chat, man. Come back tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you're interested in my basketball content, I have another channel called Pro Fan Hoops, and I will be getting that started. I am currently working on a story about Mylasia for Wiley. I cover NCAA women's basketball, cover the WNBA, and hopefully I will be doing some Eurobasket. And I have a nephew who is playing in Mongolia. So I will be covering my basketball content over there. But in any case, make sure you smash that like button. If you are watching me on a mobile device, make sure you hit that little menu in the middle and slide over to the left and go to hype. Click that hype button. That's the new currency in these YouTube streets. Click on that hype button in on a mobile device. I would appreciate it. Please and thank you. But your Philadelphia Eagles beat the Minnesota Vikings 28-22. Our quarterback, QB1, Jalen Hurts, 19 for 23, 326 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no picks, with a perfect 158.3 QBR rating. You can hate me now. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. Y'all have a good night. We have a great week. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Brandon Graham's going to be going on. This is going to be going on. Cleveland, people still talking about Shador. When is Shador going to start? Cleveland beat the brakes off of Miami, and Dylan Gabriel barely went over 100 yards. So they're going to be looking to switch to Shador. I think Shador going to start after the break, but we'll see. A lot of news coming out this week. It's going to be a lot of content. And I'll be here for it, man. So tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be rocking at 10:30 p.m. tomorrow. So if you are on the East Coast, do me a favor. Send a text message to one of your friends on the West Coast and let them know to join this party, because we're going to keep it growing and we're going to keep grinding. And I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all have a good weekend. Have a good work week. And I will see y'all tomorrow at 10:30. Peace and go Birds.